Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I got a fresh haircut. I do like it, but I'm gonna wear this hat so we don't have to look at it during the whole video.
You talking to me?
You ever come across something, it's a product or it's a show or something, and every time you sit with somebody, you bring it up?
This ingenious device lets you give yourself and family perfect haircuts every time.
That's what this is. I got turned on to this workout that's been incredible. So I'm 57, I'm thinking I don't have a lot more time to add muscle. If I could add some muscle, then as I lose muscle, maybe I can lose muscle from here instead of losing muscle from here. The other concern I had was sometimes we crash, and my friends with a lot of muscle seem to do better in those crashes than my friends without a lot of muscle. Instead of putting the armor on, they always have their armor on, and I've seen it hold them together. So I talked to my friend who's been a power lifter, and I said, what's a good way to add muscle? I've never been into lifting and trying to add muscle. And he's like, oh, there's this thing, 531. It's the brainchild of this guy, Jim Wendler, who's a legend in powerlifting. And he wanted to just boil it down to the minimum amount of weightlifting you need to do to get the maximum results. I was like, okay, that sounds good, because I don't really want to be in the gym.
If you don't work out, somebody should grab you by the jockstrap and give you the wedgie of your life.
And so he starts sending me all these charts, because each workout is all about, you start at 50% of your max, and I'm like, a max? I don't even know my max. How am I gonna figure out my max? To figure it out, you gotta do the math of 50, 60, 70. I did it, and I made these spreadsheets, but it was a hassle. Then, I don't know, maybe a few months into it, I discovered this app called 531. It makes it so simple. There's 4 lifts that you do. You do them twice a week. The honest truth is sometimes I do them all one day, which is not recommended. I am not somebody to take advice from on 531. Go online, find a bunch of information about 531, but I'll show you how you get started. I'm gonna take you through how the app works and what you need to do to get set up. This is the app here, 531 Strength. Punch the app and you see that you've got different exercises in here. I have customized this, and Jim says it's okay to customize around what your reality is, because you gotta work out in your own life and what works for you. I should have deadlift and squats. I only have deadlift, and I do it with a hex bar. And so to have 4 exercises, because I get sore in my arms a lot with BMX, I added the curl. You use the calculator to figure out what your max is. The good news is you don't have to do a 1 rep max to figure out your 1 rep max. So this is 170, this is a lot. So I'll try to figure out my max with this. This could be one of those videos where you see the weight stuck on my neck. Okay. My form is probably not good. I'm doing the best I can. Go online, see how to do these exercises properly. That's not what this is about. Okay, so I can go in here and I can calculate the 170 and then my reps to 7. Okay, 209, so that's pretty in line, I think. Yeah, 210, so that's great. That's basically where I'm at. You would then put that max in here, and your first week would be this tab. So these are the different weeks. This is the 555, the 333, the 531. Those are your different weeks during the month. You can start with a warm-up. I love to start with a warm-up, but you don't have to. A lot of people don't. For simplicity, let's look at it without the warm-up. So without the warm-up, bench press, here are the lifts that I would do. I do 5 at 65%, I do 5 at 75, 5 plus. So you do as many as you can with the last rep, and that's true all the way through the month. If I didn't get 5, I have to take 10% off the weight, change my 1 rep max. But if I completed this, I continue on. The next week looks like this, and you can see it gets a little heavier, and there's fewer reps. 3 plus, so I gotta get at least 3. You can get 6, however spicy you're feeling. The 3rd week is the really, really heavy week. You're actually getting pretty close to your true 1 rep max, and you gotta do 1 plus. Again, if you don't, you gotta move back, which is really not that bad. I've had to do it. But if you do, and you then do the deload week, this is the 4th week, after this week, you go up to your max and you add 5 pounds. So that's your new max. And you just keep getting stronger. It just doesn't plateau the way so many things do. I have the worst discipline in terms of doing this, but every time I come back to it, I add 5 pounds the next month. I add 5 pounds the month after that. 57, I'm still getting stronger with what should be 2 days a week, but is really 1 day a week. Pretty wild that you could still have gains at this age and with such little time. So I wanted to share it with people because it's blowing my mind, honestly. If you like this video, hit like, and if you'd like to see more, hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Joy of Bike.